morning, YouTube. It's John Span from JS Designs. Coming back with another video talking about the basic principles of subwoofer enclosures. Here I have a customer's enclosure that's total net will be around 3.5 after his displacement. This one right here is slightly above 5 cubic foot. Although the video doesn't really show how much of a difference there is, but there is a significant difference. One, this one sits a little higher and comes back about 4 more inches versus this one. This one is catered to subs along the line of a Sundown SA, DD 700, 600 series, CT Sound, Strato, and Miso subs, and DD level 4s. You can play in this box here. This box right here, on the other hand, you will probably need some beefier subs, or subs that recommend something that's over 2.5 cubic foot per sub. I built this one for my DB Drive WDX G2 series. They take a 2.6, so they'll play fine in this enclosure right here. I have this box tuned to 31 hertz, like I said. This one is tuned to 31 hertz as well. This one uses a 6-inch error port. This one uses 2 4-inch error ports. I know you see inside, you see the toilet tissue roll, but I'm gonna be dynamitting that so it won't be hollow, have a hollow sound. The typical questions I get from a lot of my customers is, or when they come by, they have subwoofers and they have them in the wrong box, and they ask, why do this sub sound this way? Well, if your sub sounds funny to you, it's not hitting the lows, 9 times out of 10 it is your enclosure. It could be your amp, it could be your subs the way it's wired up, it could be out of phase, it could be anything, multiple things. But 9 times out of 10, if it's not hitting the way that you want it to hit, it's the sub enclosure. I will always recommend that you go to your local shop or call somebody that's in your area that build enclosures to build you one. Tell them what subs you have, and they'll tell you what size box you have. Most times you can send me a pic, and I can tell you if that's the right enclosure or the wrong enclosure for those subs, based off the size and the car that you got it in. Most times I have a lot of customers come by with the coupon box. They got some X series Sundowns in that small box and wondering why it's playing too high. If your subwoofer takes a large enclosure, you cannot put that in a small box and think it's going to drop. It's not. What happens is you put that large speaker in a small enclosure. Say that enclosure was tuned to 35 hertz. Now that large speaker is taking up much volume in that box. Now that box becomes smaller and the tuning goes up. That's the reason why 9 times out of 10 when you get that stuff, you be unsatisfied. So if you need an enclosure or you need clarification on anything, please hit up your local shop. You can even hit me up. You can hit up any local box builder in your area. They'll go through any details with you and they'll get you on the right track. They'll even build your subwoofer enclosure to fit your application. Whether it's underneath the seat truck boxes, or if you got a small trunk space, they will let you know whether or not you can run those 2 or you can run 1. They will also build it to fit into that area and still be tuned to the tuning that you like. I guess if you like rock and roll, you might want a more higher or above 35 hertz. People like rap or bass music. They want theirs typically tuned below that 35 or 33 hertz. Whenever you need an enclosure, please call out, reach out to your local provider. This is John Span, I'm out. Just letting you know, if you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I gladly appreciate it. And y'all have a good day. Thanks. Here's a quick overview of the sub enclosures that I was just talking about. This one is the 5 cubic foot with two 4-inch arrow ports, which I will be putting Dynomat around them to dampen the sound. As you can see, double faced it, 45s in the corners, sanded down, prepped and ready for whatever customer that needs a 5 cubic foot enclosure or who's wanting to buy my DBWX G2 12s. They're for sale with that enclosure, about $650 total. Here is the 3.5 cubic foot box. This one's already sold. I can build you one if you need one. This one comes with a 6-inch arrow port, 17 inches long, tuned to like 31 hertz. Both of them tuned to 31 hertz. Sand prepped and ready for my customer. 45s in the corners. As you can see, it's a terminal already inside ready. Terminal on the back. This one is single wall. Due to the amount of space my customer has, I had to single wall it. So before I give it to him, I will see how much weight that his sub has, and if I have to put any more internal bracing in it. I don't want to drop it down more than it's 3.5. I can get away with maybe 3.4, maybe 3.2. He might go up to like 33 hertz, 32. As you can see, nice overview of them. Like I said, this one's single wall. This one's double faced, double baffled, however you want to call it. Single baffled, double baffled. This one I will also too put a couple of internal bracings. I didn't do the waffle bracing because the subs that I have is not strong enough, and my second face sits inside with the 45-degree angle inside, giving it extra bracing.